Hello guys, how are you? It's me, Brad, and I'm here again with another video sharing God's Word. I can't really put a number on this one because unfortunately I'm making a recording for later down the road. I just don't want to forget it and forget the details and everything, so I thought I should do it now, that way I have it saved. But this is my story, my testimony. Let's go inside. Anyways, I basically want to share with you guys a part of my story that happened to me when I came here. All my stories that I talk about and I share with you guys are true stories coming from my heart, coming from me. Very unbelievable, very amazing. So without further ado, let me get started because I don't want this to be too drawn out and too long. Anyways, before coming here, I worked in Leamington. Wow, that sun's really bright back there. In Leamington at Highbury Kenco. It used to be the old Heinz. I worked there as a security guard. I was there for approximately 3 years. It was a paycheck, right? It wasn't really what I wanted to do, but it was okay. Good people to work with. Less stressful. I'm sure my blood pressure was a lot lower. It was a good experience, but I needed better income to make it in life. Being a homeowner, car payment, girlfriend, 3 kids. I had to get my income up because it was pretty low. It wasn't much more than your what do you call it there? Minimum wage. So anyways, my story, my testimony. Like always in my life, after being a born again Christian, there's things I did on a regular basis. I believe I have a personal relationship with God. As long as I stay obedient and do what He requires of me. It says in the Bible, ask so you shall receive, and so that you can have joy. And I noticed whenever I did that, it worked. So, I'm sorry, disbelievers. I'm sorry, atheists. It worked. So I'm going with it, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no way it works all the time. No, it was working all the time. Just like my mom and dad used to tell me. So I'm the one who was crazy for not jumping on board with this a long time ago. But anyways, when I was there, I kept telling my girlfriend, I got to keep praying. I got to keep praying. There was, I did rounds there. There was long rounds there. They were like an hour long, walking the facility, inside the facility. It was a good security job. And then there was a security office where we watched cameras and monitored stuff, and people coming in and going out of every building. It was monitored, and there's cameras and security features where we were the ones to let them in, let them out. There was also a booth, kind of like customs, but it was a little bit bigger. It was only for one person. Had a radio, cameras. Basically, as the trucks came in and out, we had to make sure the paper was correct, check the load, a few questions, and we monitored the yard and them going in and out and everything else. So that's what I did. And while I was in this booth, my girlfriend would come and visit me on a daily basis all the time. Bring me lunch. We would chit chat a little bit. And I told her that I'd constantly keep praying. And don't worry, God's going to answer my prayers. He always does. And you just got to wait. You got to have faith, and you got to believe, and you got to have patience. Those 3 are humongous when you're living for God. Humongous. Especially patience. But then you got to believe too. You got to believe in your heart God's going to come through for you, and He's going to answer your prayer. And He always does. Sorry about the sun in the background there, guys. I'm trying to block it out as much as I can. But anyways, I don't want to talk too fast. I know I'm trying to get this all in there without being too long. Let me get to the meat and potatoes of this story. So I'm praying and praying and praying on a regular basis. Every time I was out there at the booth, I'd get really, really crazy busy with trucks coming in and out. it'd be busy for hours. And then there was always an hour, 2 hours, sometimes more, it just depend on the day, time of season, etc., that it'd be quiet. And that's the time that I used to pray to the Lord for certain things that I needed and that were going on in my life at that time. So I would pray for a better job, better income, help me manage my bills more. God, I know you take care of me. I know you hear my prayer, and I know you're going to see me through. And I ask you, and every time I said it, I ask you this in Jesus' name, amen. And then I just did my routine, right? Get up, brush your teeth, wash your face, put on your deodorant, go to work, drive your car, pray. Every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. That's what I did. And, oh man, this sun is really bothering me. Okay, let's try this. Let's do this angle here. There we go. That's just a little bit better of a background there. So anyways, that's what I did. And lo and behold, one day I went to work and I just, I check Facebook regularly, go on there when it's quiet and slow, right? Just check and see what's going on. Did my couple posts a day, usually in the morning, but whatever. Went on Facebook and I had a message from my ex general manager, and it was about being a manager and running this place. And they were looking for somebody, and he thought I was a perfect fit. Family man, Christian man. I got kids. A lot of people like me. He likes my personality. They would only do it if I came here, etc., etc. So I was quite thrilled. I felt honored. The things he said was very nice. I felt like really appreciated, and it was really awesome to get that opportunity. Once we discussed the things we needed to discuss, which was basically income, I figured, you know what? It sounds pretty good. And lucky the girlfriend convinced me to talk to him and go forward with it, because I wasn't sure. I didn't think I was going to go back into this field. I did it for 11 years, from 2000 to 2011 with the same company. But, there's certain things about the company, there are certain things about this type of business that I didn't really like, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to get back into it. My background is law and security. I graduated in law and security at St. Clair College, graduated as a paralegal, got all these things that are on my resume that are in law, but I wasn't able to go that route because I had a record from when I was a young kid. So it kind of like hinged on me like a leech, and I wasn't able to rip away from it. So anyways, like I said, talked to him, met with him, everything sounded great. I jumped on board, and I came here. And basically when I came here, I was skeptical, I was nervous. I was leaving one job, coming to the other. And the other job was great. The people were nice too. So, it's not like they were bad people or anything like that at all. It's just, a lot of us in life, if we need more income or whatever, we tried to climb the ladder, right? So that's what I was trying to do for my family and for myself. So I came here, and I started renovating the place, cleaning up the place, getting it ready, because the opening was going to be December 1st. So the end of November, I was in here changing, cleaning, organizing, buying things, just making it. Okay guys, sorry about that. My phone cut out, so I'm just jumping back into where I left off. I basically came here and started fixing this place up. And as I was doing that, getting ready for my opening, certain things happened that were just really just too coincidental. Remember, I asked God to give me some subtle signs that this is the right direction I should be going in, and that He's there with me, just to put my mind at ease. And I just did my thing, right? Just go to work every day, do what I got to do, just live life and do what you're supposed to do and move on. And that's what I was doing. Well, when I came here, the first sign to me was getting that message on Facebook from my ex-boss. That in itself, and him sending me a message, was out of nowhere, right? Do you know what I mean? It's not like I called him. It's not like I was looking in the paper. It just came out of nowhere. I was on Indeed looking for jobs, and I was more looking for law-oriented jobs, but this came. So that was the first one. The second one was when I came here, there was a secretary working here. I won't give no names, but there was a secretary working here. She was a female, and she was very nice. I worked with her for years before, for 11 years, 2000 to 2011. And she worked in the back office doing payments and stuff like that. So we got along and everything was great. And I was talking to her one day just before we're getting ready to open, and I was back there chilling with her, and she has cabinets and stuff like this. And I just decided to lean on a cabinet, and I was telling her how I went to church the weekend before, and it was my cousin's church. It's his church that he just got, and it was a really nice service. And I was explaining everything to her, talking to her about my girlfriend, because we haven't seen each other in years, right? Years, since 2011. So told her all that stuff. And then as I'm leaning on her cabinet, I look over, and there was a flyer. And I'm sorry, guys, I threw the flyers out. I just threw them out just recently, about 2 weeks ago. There was a flyer, and it was sitting on her cabinet, and it was my first cousin, Melvin Freeman, Pastor Melvin Freeman. And I was like, no way. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my cousin right there. That's the church I was telling you about. You know, and I'm going off and excited and I'm laughing and think it's just too ironic that here's the flyer of the church that I just told her about where I went. And, you know, it was my cousin and his wife, Pastor Kim Freeman. So, you know, we laughed about it, we giggled, and then she mentioned that it was, you know, there was a customer that comes here and makes payments, and brought the flyers and asked if they could put them here, and she put them out so people can see it. So I thought that was great. That was a great feeling, right? That was the second coincidence. Here's the third coincidence, okay? I'm cleaning at the office, getting everything all ready. I have to take you guys for a little walk. As I'm changing chairs, moving things around, doing all this kind of stuff, this chair that I'm going to show you was in the office that I was just in. Okay, it was back there with me. And when I looked at this chair, and I'm going to show you guys the chair right now, I stopped and I looked at it and I went, oh my God. Now you might be wondering, why would I do that? Because this chair, the design, the look, the shape, the layout, I knew this was the chair that I sat in at the other office for 11 years. I knew it was my chair. And then I thought, oh, just to be certain, let me just turn the chair to the side. Because I remember there was a hole. And all of a sudden I looked, there's the hole. And I always put my jacket over top of that hole because I didn't like that hole. And I sat in this chair forever. And then I remember, as I looked here, my chair always scraped under the desk at the other office, Tecumseh Road East. It always scraped on the sides. That blew me away. Because now, not only did I had a couple more coincidences that happen, right? Now, there's the chair that I used to sit in, and it was right there where that black chair is now when I came here. I could not believe it. It's almost like the chair was waiting for me to come back. And I thought to myself, wow, this is just crazy now. I asked God for a couple signs, but okay, now he's making me scratch my head. Now he's blowing me away. This is just too crazy. So I was excited. I was happy. I was like, wow, this is great. Okay, I'm going to go forward with this and do the best I can. And it's nice knowing God's presence is around me and he's there for me. And he gave me some signs. Well, two more things happened. When I was here working, there was a cabinet that was this long wall here, okay? There was a cabinet there, and the cabinet was old. It was like, oh my gosh, it looked like from 1633, okay, you guys? So what I did is, I said, no, that's gotta go. That's gotta go. So I picked this sucker up. It was as big as a car. It was so heavy. And I dragged it all the way to the back office, and I put it in this back area back there and just put boxes on top of it, the stuff that I need. Signage and all that for here. So I put it back there. But before I did that, I was emptying each drawer and throwing all the stuff in the garbage, all the paperwork, all the crap and everything, throwing it in the garbage, right? Got to the middle section, and I grabbed the papers out and I put them on top. And I grab all the sections, put them right on top, okay? Big stack. And I'm sorry I don't have this with you today, guys, but I will get it because I saved it and I brought it home. Well, as the two stacks were on top in front of me, I just happened to just be nosy and I just started to read it. I just looked down and started to read it, right? I was like, oh, what's this? Let's see what this is about. Yeah, here we go again. Put your seatbelt on. It's a yellow receipt, and I'm reading the yellow receipt, and it says the customer's name on it, the date, years ago. Receipt by Brad Wilson. What? Are you kidding me? I picked that paper up and I read it 3, 4, 5 times because I could not believe it was a receipt, and it was my handwriting, my signature, and my customer that I remember seeing the name on it too. On the top of the stack of papers was a receipt I did years ago when I worked for this company. And I did work at this office when I first started, when I was in training. I think it was about a month and a half the most. And then I went to the main office. But for my receipt to be on the top of that stack of papers was just mind-blowing. I couldn't even believe it. Unbelievable. So another sign from God. I laughed. I was cracking up. I couldn't believe it. I took that receipt home. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. So anyways, the last one, guys, was, if you knew me personally and you grew up with me, my birthday is May 17th. That's my favorite number. I love the number 17. I always have. I love the number 17. It's just, it's my birthday number, man. You gotta love your birthday number, right? So May 17th is my favorite number. But I also love another number, the number 7, because I don't know. Ever since I was a young kid, I don't know why I fell in love with the number 7. Maybe it's part of it because it's 17. I don't know. I just like the number 7 too as well. So that's my second favorite number as well. Actually, it's even my first favorite number. It's like a tie. But I love the number 7. And I remember back when my mom used to tell us the Bible stories when we were young. You know, God created the earth in 6 days, and the 7th day He rested. So just always kind of stuck in my head. Well, I'm working here day 1, December 1st, and I don't know if it was my boss exactly or somebody he sent down here, but I needed a dealer plate so I could put on the back of my car and people can use for test drives and all that kind of fun stuff, right? Well, without further ado, I'm sure you guys know where this is going, right? Yeah, go ahead. Check this out. 717. There's my dealer plate. That's been my dealer plate the 3 years I've been here. And that was the number I was given when I was here. Now, tell me there's not a God. Tell me there's not a God. Yeah, tell me there's not a God. You're wrong. There's a God. Those happenings that happen to me are not coincidences. They are subtle signs from God letting me know everything's okay. So I had to share this story with you guys. My story, my testimony. This is just the beginning of many things that have happened to me since I've been here. So I had to record this and share this with you so you have this and you can laugh it up. There's more to come. And there's more to come, the previous videos I'm going to be doing as well. Things that are happening to me on a regular basis, I am sharing them with you guys because you need to know there is a God. There is a God. He cares for you. He loves you. He wants to be in your life just like He's in my life. It's not easy work. It's very hard work. It's not like my life is all gold and gravy. Oh, no, it's not. There's ups, there's downs. We go through it. And He says we're going to go through it. But with Him, all things are possible. And with Him, we can make it through everything. God bless you guys. Take care. I will see you next time. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And remember, like I always say, once you go Jesus, you never go back. Bye for now, guys. Bye-bye.